Hello everybody and welcome back to Future Gals Part 5. Where we left off, we had a shower with Leona and we had a happy ending in the movie theater. So now we're just waking up for a brand new day. I think this might be day 3, maybe? Because I think day 2 was the movie theater. So this is probably day 3. And my voice is sore. As you can probably expect, I've been recording part 3, 4, and now 5 in the same session. Since I woke up before the women, I decided to get a hard start on breakfast. It would be nice to have something waiting for them when they wake up. But I also have to think about what we should do today. I know they're going to ask, and any attempt to make them decide is going to fall on deaf ears. It's up to me again. Okay. Now this... No, there was no hint before. But the bottom one was Leona. And I will absolutely reset if, if I get Ariel's date. So... I think the theme park is more Ariel. And I'm going to say the beach is more Leona. Hello. How about we head to the coast and hang along the beach? I glanced at my phone again, double checking the weather just to make sure. Also, I know having the censorship over them right now is a little annoying, but I don't know if YouTube allows this type of stuff. I think Leona might be fine, but I'm definitely censoring Ariel. I have some beach equipment that never gets used. Some of it might not even happen today, and it's supposed to be a scorcher today. We should stick to close as the water cool breeze as possible. You know what else provides a cool breeze? This funny little thing called air conditioning. It's one of the many wonders of modern society, which separates the nature from civilization. Don't be a beach, Leona. Let's go to the beach. What's to hate about nice waves and warm sand? Riptides, weird creatures that you might step in the ocean, broken glass, the fact that even a little sun makes me blister like a pizza cooking in the oven. Besides all that, nothing. Alright, let's see what happens if we go to the theme park. The women come barreling down the staircase. Soon enough, Ariel almost tripping over herself. I knew I smelled food in a cute guy! I have the nose of a bloodhound, a very horny bloodhound. Oh, hush, this looks wonderful, Drew. You should have woken us up. We could have helped. Well, I would have helped, and Ariel would have made a mess. Ariel doesn't bother defending herself. It's fine. Waffles aren't exactly difficult. So, how do you women feel about going to a theme park today? The one by the pier with the roller coasters? Okay, I was wrong. Seems like Leona wanted the childy one. Ariel looks paler than a glass of milk I pour for myself. Ariel, is that okay? I get pretty bad motion sickness sometimes. I know I might have kicked you in the balls when we flew through the portal, but at least I didn't kick you in the balls and throw up on you. It almost happened. Oh. My spirit deflates a little. I wouldn't want to do something that makes you ill or something that you couldn't enjoy. I do! No, I could enjoy going, I just don't have to get on a roller coaster. Problem is that I like them, and from what I could tell, so does Leona. Would it really be fair to leave Ariel standing on the ground, waiting for us to finish having a good time? Yes. Ariel puts her hands on her hips. You take that look off your face right now, mister. We're going to the theme park. We're going to have a good time. Once I get some cotton candy on my hands, I'll be the happiest woman in the world. Well, if you insist. Yay! Leona scarfs down the last of her breakfast so that she can hurry and get ready. Although Ariel is less enthusiastic, I can tell she's putting in an effort. That means a lot, and I hope she does enjoy herself. Achievement unlocked. Visit the theme park. I didn't take you for the music park rides type. Really? I know Ariel can't help it because she gets motion sickness, but you surprised me with how excited you were. Yeah, you surprised me too. I picked this place because it has something for everyone to enjoy. Rides, games, food, sex. But you're also excited about the roller coaster. I don't know. I live a pretty quiet life, and I like doing quiet things, sure. But it's nice to get that spike of adrenaline now and then. Just put your hands up and scream. I can't because my throat hurts. Because you're having such a good or terrifying time. I don't trust roller coasters, for the record. I am one of those people who think that it's going to break as soon as I get on it. Or I'll get caught right up here. And like all of the blood will rush to my head. I don't like roller coasters. She laughs at herself and rubs the back of her neck. I got something you could rub. It's just how our brain reacts to certain chemicals, of course, but, well, I'm a sucker for good brain chemicals. I like dopamine. She laughs slightly at the absurdity of the statement. Suddenly, a head pops up behind Leona. I wonder who it is. Gasp! Ariel, what are you doing in line? I thought you'd get motion sickness if you rode on something like this. I might, but I might be able to a few rides before it starts happening. I hope. She gives me 2 thumbs up and a grin, but I feel a little uneasy about it. I don't want to make herself miserable. My fears are alleviated in the first rush of the roller coaster. Climbing steadily towards that distant peak, teetering on edge, and then swooping down the track sends my worries flying to the back of my mind. The sheer rush overcomes me, and I manage to steal a glance at the women. Leona's hands are thrown up in the air, and although Ariel is bracing herself against the force of the coaster, she's laughing too. We have a good time on the rides. Leona is game for the fastest and most thrilling of the rides, and Ariel dutifully tags along even if she feels wobbly afterwards. We stand on either side over to keep her from running into anything as we navigate the maze of games and rides. A couple of times we had to steer her towards the trash can, but she never throws up. She's very determined to have a good time while on the verge of puking. Goodness. Leona rubs the back of her head. I don't know if all the rides are walking, but I'm working up a sweat. It's miserably hot. Oh, I'm envious. I'm so envious of that. Just that sentence alone. I understand that heat exhaustion sucks, and I've had heat exhaustion. For comparison, I don't know if this is the exact feeling of heat exhaustion, but like when I had it, it felt like someone was just constantly poking the bottom of my stomach every time I tried to breathe. Just the inhale and exhale. It would constantly be someone just poking me, and it made it hard to breathe. And during this time, and you have a difficulty breathing, not exactly exhilarating. But I love the heat. I love it. I welcome it. I am looking outside my window right now, and I see snow. Because unless I'm too stupid, chances are you're seeing this in March. I'm hoping I didn't delay this until like June or some shit, but you're probably seeing this in March. And outside in Canada in March, there's still fucking snow. I hate the snow. I hate it. I despise winter. I'm a summer boy through and through. It's miserably hot. Give that to me. Give that to me daily. I'd rather take that over 1 day of winter. I despise winter. Even next to the ocean, where a little breeze could give relief, the sun is relentless. It bears down on us from overhead. I despise winter. Not gonna lie, the last 2 rides, I only went on for some in the wind. I'll happily throw up if it means I get rid of some of this heat for a few minutes. She puts her hands on her knees. And also the outfits during summer, like, it's so breezy, rewarding. Whereas winter, you have to just keep piling on fucking layer after layer, and it's never enough. I understand that people make the argument for summer where you can only take off so much clothes until you're buck-ass naked. And, you know, being buck-ass naked in public gives you public indecency, which could get you arrested. I get it. And with winter, you could put on enough layers. Eventually, hopefully, you get warm enough. But then you're walking around like that guy from A Christmas Story, where you can barely move your damn arms, or you have that stupid ass looking outfit from that music video with Kanye West. I don't know where it's from, but it looks like he's T-posing the whole time. Like, that's another thing that you might risk, having so much layers on, and then your body will naturally sweat and it'll be uncomfortable. I hate winter. She puts her hands on her knees and whines for a moment, while Leona pats her back. What about ice cream? That's another point. I will eat ice cream whether it's summer or winter. I don't give a shit. The women both turn to look at me like I just invented the 10 Commandments. Steer me! Steer me! We both take Ariel by both arms and dutifully haul her to the nearest ice cream shop. Whew. The shop has a line longer than most popular roller coasters, but the wait is worth it. We each get a couple of scoops, which are driven by the time the lady hands them over to us. Heat. I love it. Ariel groans, delighted. I hope this will be just as cold coming up as it is going down. Giggity. After a few licks, she makes a weird face and mumbles something about this not being a good idea. I feel bad when she has to toss her ice cream in the trash, so I give her some money to give herself a bottle of water instead. Poor thing. You think she'll be alright? I think so. There are many games and things we haven't done yet, so as long as we avoid rides for a little bit, we should be fine. When she gets back, we could try to find a shady place to sit. As we wait, my eyes can't help but drift to Leona enjoying her ice cream. Her small pink tongue darts out and swirls around the cone, making a pattern in the rapidly melting ice cream. She seems to notice my gaze, but then glances away and keeps playing with her food. I don't realize my own cone is melting all over my hand until Ariel reappears and shoves some napkins at me. Need something? She jostles me back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. Where I quickly try to clean up the mess. Is that a euphemism for pre-cum? It's too late for my cone, which is becoming a soup faster than I can eat it, so I end up throwing mine in the trash too. Well, look who the sole survivor is. She spins the cone between her fingers, tracing a pattern with it with her tongue, before eating the cool cream with a savoring groan. Yeah, keep rubbing it in. Oh, I got something she could rub. Ariel sips at her water. You'll get what's coming to you. What's coming to her is a small child running full force along the pier. That blows straight into Leona, sending the cone flying out of her hand. It wouldn't be so bad if it didn't land right on her tits. Bruh. Now that is definitely a euphemism. Huh? The cone splatters on her shirt, darkening the fabric and sinking into the shirt. The kid is gone before any of us can fully comprehend what happened. Leona stands there dripping and soaked. Ariel laughs maniacally. Oh, how the mighty have fallen! Thanks, universe. I owe you one. Ariel! Leona looks at her a little dismayed. I'm a mess. Look at this. Oh, this is never going to come out if it sits. Frantically, she grabs my hand and pulls me toward the restroom. Okay, where are you just going? When I try to call for Ariel, Leona stops me. Ariel is apparently in trouble for summoning the cosmic forces of the universe and rallying them against Leona. If I bring Ariel in here, she's just going to make fun of me, which may be what I deserve, but I'm going to avoid it as long as possible. As she turns this thing on, I realize she's quite embarrassed by all this. Although she tries to play it off, her cheeks and tips of her ears are almost crimson, and not just from the heat. Let me get this off. I know what she's talking about, but that doesn't make the command any more real. Leona holds her hair up so that it won't be caught in the mess, so I carefully pull the shirt up over her head. Oh boy. Okay. So they're making it harder to censor these things, but you look a lot like Severa here. Like, give me a moment to Photoshop this into red, it's gonna look a little bad, okay? It's gonna be a rushed job, or a job that takes me hours. I don't know at this time. I'm still recording. But I'm gonna try to show what I mean by she looks like Severa here. Granted, not many people might know who Severa is. Because even though I'm a Fire Emblem boy, this channel isn't for Fire Emblem. So, Severa is a character from Fire Emblem. I try not to look at her too much, feeling a little timid as she slips her bra off, too. What if someone walked in here right now? Eventually my eyes are drawn to her. I can't help it. The ice cream has done work on her nipples, which stand perky and attentive. Though still a little flushed by the situation, she seems comfortable being naked with me, and in public. She musters a smile. You know, this kind of reminds me of our first night together. I try not to let my mind wander too far for that. Don't read into it, don't read into it, don't read into it. I can't but imagine a little. Maybe I did something cringy while she had to wash her top. Or maybe she just got covered. I shake my head. Stop it. Just because you knew this woman in a different timeline doesn't mean you know this woman like that. What? I try to get a grip of myself. I try to grip something else, too. Is there anything else I could do to help you with that? She scrubs a little more soap into the fabric and shrugs. The shirt will survive, but the bra is ruined. Can I keep it? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. That's weird. I'm joking. She chucks it into the trash without remorse. And I can't say I feel bad seeing it go either. Okay, better, but I still have to censor you. Without the bra, her nipples are still plainly visible through her damp top. If she notices in the mirror, she doesn't show it. My eyes are glued to her figure, the way her breasts strain against the damp fabric of her shirt. I wish they had both been ruined so she'd have to walk home completely topless. It's just a wild fantasy, of course, but everything about the past few days has felt like a fantasy. I'm starting to lose sight of where the line is. Are you in there? Earth to Drew. I cough, spreading at the realization I've been staring. Sorry, I was. You were admiring the view, getting a view of the mountains and the valleys, that sort of thing. I'm very appreciative of the natural scenery. She giggles at me. Well, I hope I haven't been a complete damper on the afternoon. I think I should probably go home instead of wandering around like this. Will you wander around like this at home? Is that a request or a worry? Little of both. She flashes me a smile and says, "We'll see," then takes me by the arm and leads me out into the hot air again. The women go home without fighting each other too much, but that might be because of Ariel's energy goes into not throwing up. When we get back, she goes straight to bed at once. Meanwhile, Leona goes to change into clothes that aren't ruined. And she goes straight to the lingerie. I hear her bare footsteps on the hardwood floor approach me from behind and glance up at my phone. Sorry, I don't think I picked a very good activity for us to do today. Seems like everyone had a rough time. Oh, I had a good time. I had a good time. Nonsense, I liked it. And that's what matters, as long as the hot one likes it. And what about you? Did you have a rough time too? Well, no, but it's easier to enjoy things when other people are enjoying them. Leona nods quietly. That's true, yes, but even Ariel enjoyed herself despite being sick half of the time. That's how you know you picked something fun, if people will do it even at their own determined. Like drinking! I can't drink, I'm diabetic! Also, I just took a drink of my Coke. I guess that's a good point. It's an excellent point. Suddenly she dances on her tiptoes and presses her mouth to my... So she just randomly kisses me. Okay. I can still faintly taste the sweet ice cream on her lips. I blink a little confused and force myself not to make the kiss out to be more than it is. I let her lips leave mine, chaste and brief. Thank you for the fun day, Drew. Her eyes seem so dark at the moment, filled with something unspoken. She turns and walks back down the hallway. Good night. To my surprise, I awake alone. I sit up in an empty bed and wonder if the rapture happened and I was the only idiot left behind to defend for himself. Some giggles from the kitchen tell me that's probably not the case. Stop wearing that! Rise inside, Sleepy Bear. The women at the kitchen table crowd around my phone when they're playing some game app. I sink down to opposite tire with the tire board. I wonder if they're playing Pokemon Go to the polls. Or Choices. Choices would be interesting. I hope they were playing Choices. Because that would be appropriate to this situation. My mind isn't quite as awake as, wait. Oh, that's a lot. Meow. Okay, I read all that. My mind isn't quite as awake as the rest of my body, and even that is protesting being away from my warm bed sheets. Is that any way to speak to your future wife and reject your girlfriend? Agreed, future wife. Ariel slides over to my side of the table and sits down at the edge, taking my face in her hands. She forces me to make bizarre faces, twisting my face this way and that. Wake up, put on a morning smile. Oh, for Pete's sake, let him be. We've worn him out to the point of exhaustion. Can you blame him for being tired? Leona swats Ariel away. I know we need to make the most of our time here while we have it, but we should take it easy today. You slept for an awfully long time, and it doesn't look like that was enough. I think it's just catching up to me. I rub my eyes. My body isn't getting used to as much sleep as it likes. This isn't your fault. I'm making up for years of terrible sleep habits this week. Leona crosses her arms. Haven't you seen the studies on sleep deprivation? It's terrible for you and scrambles the mind. Speaking of scrambling, do we have any eggs? Her concern just radiates, doesn't it? I am concerned, well, not really. He's a grown man and he can sleep or not as much as he likes. I'm here to be his girlfriend, not his babysitter. Is there any difference? Not if sitcoms are to be believed. Well, if we're going to sit around all day, what are we going to sit around? Where are we going to sit around? The women look at each other for a long moment. I'm relieved at the burden that the decision-making has been left to me. It's bad enough listening to two women argue over your fate. I'll be more vocal about it, but I think that part of my mind is still trying to doze off. I've got it. I know just what will perk him up and relax him all at once. Oh boy. What? Two horny-ass women. One says perk him up and tire him at the same time, clearly referencing either something with the dick. Something with dick. And she goes to weed. This is not the face you make if you're gonna suggest doing weed. That's also not what I expected. A spa. Those various other herbs and oils. Got it. A spa? Yes, it's the perfect relaxation activity, and we all still get to do it together. If you say so, I'm not going to argue, but I've never been to a spa before. Same. Naturally, men are so terrible at taking care of themselves. Same. I think. If you didn't have us to slow you down once in a while, you'd run yourself onto the ground and constantly be neglected. I'm sure there are plenty of women who haven't been to a spa either. True. Leona shrugs. Well, as long as they're taking care of themselves in other ways. You, though. What do you do to take care of yourself? I have a woman and this to take care of me. Brush my teeth and shower regularly. Leona grows with disgust, but Ariel claps. Hey, that's a step above some guys. Don't encourage him. Self-care is vital. After today, I bet you'll have a whole new outlook on going to the spa. I shift uncomfortably in my seat, my thoughts churning. Okay, but are they going to ask to paint my nails? Because I don't think I'm into that. So, this is a bit awkward, but I'm going to end this part here. Because at least we had at least we had something that kind of happened. In that we had a ice cream endeavor. And I also raged about winter. So, thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next part. Jackass, out!